guest today has captivated audiences on screen with performances ranging from romantic period pieces to superhero blockbusters. In his latest project, he uses just his voice to bring to life the lead character, Morpheus, in the Audible original series, The Sandman Act 2. Please welcome the incredible James McAvoy. Hi, James. Hi.
An introduction, so thank you very much.
I just love you. Okay, so James, earlier we were talking about people having a celebrity hall pass. Okay, have you ever learned that you're someone's hall pass?
I have, actually. I was at a party, I was at a costume party for Halloween one year, and I met this really nice couple, this fella, this woman. They were newly together. He was very much in love with her. He was very into her. And then she starts to, she's had quite a few drinks, and so is he. She starts to reveal that I'm her allowance. She called it her allowance. Like,
allowance.
Like it's like $5 each week from your mum and dad. But and so she looked at her partner and she was like, "He's my allowance." And he was like, "Yeah, I know, but like that's just a thing you do." And she was like, "No, he's my allowance. He's my pass." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was not interested. I was married at the time. It was like, this is weird. And she spent the rest of the night coming on real strong, real hard. And at the end of the night, her final gambit was she kind of nodded, really drunk, and she went, "You know, a lot of girls would go for somebody like Channing Tatum, but not me. I'm coming for you." And I was like, "Oh wow, thank you."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't it so fun to hear the translation of like what like a hall pass is called over the pond? It's called an allowance.
An
I
allowance.
like that. It's a fancy way.
Yeah, this was in Philadelphia, so it's only like this is like East Coast lingo.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I thought this was like another country, another culture. I didn't realize Philly played it like that.
Yeah, I like allowance.
I see you. James, you've done so much. You're such an amazing actor. You've been up for so many awards. But everyone, we are talking to the Great British Bake Off winner right now. There he is with his snow leopard cake. I mean, where'd you get this talent?
Do you know what? I said this in the show when I was on it, but they cut it out. They edited it away. I was a trainee confectioner for about 3 years when I was like 18, 19, 20 to help put myself through college or drama acting school. And so I said I fessed up in the middle of the show, and they edited it out to make it look like I was just like, I don't know, just being lucky or something like that.
I'm so sorry. Again, we have a translation thing. A confectioner is a baker, right?
A baker might bake bread and maybe cakes and stuff like that, but a confectioner would make gâteaux and cream cakes and floral kind of artistic wedding cakes and things like that.
Wow. He know the lingo.
Yeah.
Dang.
Confectioner.
Hey, he trying to put you on blast to see if you even knew the difference. He was trying to check you real quick. But James, so now I know that you're a proud Scotsman, and on Instagram you posted a picture of yourself in a kilt getting ready to cheer on the Scottish national football team in this summer's Euro Cup. Now, I've always wanted to know, what are you guys wearing under the kilt? Just keep it real, man. No cap. You guys be free balling it?
A little bit. Okay. Big bit. I mean, a big bit, obviously, not a little bit, a big bit. Yeah, apparently, you know, traditionally, if you're an authentic Scotsman, you're apparently meant to do it with nothing, and you're meant to be free balling or going commando, as we say. I have done that in the past, but what ends up happening is you're walking down the street at like 2 in the morning, you've had a great night, and people are like, "Oh, hey, you've got a kilt on, oh, hey, you're a true Scotsman," and they'll like try and lift your kilt up and have a, you know, a goose at your gander. But so I no longer do that. I generally wear pants underneath, or knickers, or whatever you guys call them, underwears.
Dude, no, you are hilarious.
I love you.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to try to focus on
it.
this next question, people. Okay, you don't shy away from changing your appearance and bulking up for all your roles. But I heard that when you were working on the action movie Wanted with Angelina Jolie, look at that, that you learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of protein shakes. I love protein shakes, so please tell me what happened.
What?
This is back into, cast your mind back, back before the war, 2007, we were all on rationing, and, television didn't exist. Anyway, protein powders, I think, might have been slightly different back then, or at least the one I was on was. And it left me particularly flatulent.
Oh,
and I had to spend 2 weeks pretty much in a car with Angelina Jolie doing action sequences while she drove around being badass, and whilst I sat in the next seat to her being a flatulent ass.
Were you, I'm so sorry, I have a follow-up question. Were you wearing knickers?
Was I wearing knickers?
Yes.
No, I was wearing trousers at the time, so I had no fear of anybody looking, so I went commando.
Okay.
Oh, boy. All right. I promise it won't be smelly when we come back, but don't go away. We'll have much more with James, all right? Come on back.
We're back with the hilarious and delightful James McAvoy. All right, James, we got to talk about your latest project, the Sandman Act 2, which is now available on Audible. It's an Audible drama series adaptation of the best-selling DC graphic novels. For people who are not familiar with the Sandman, how do you describe the series?
Oof, wow. Multifaceted, huge, fantastical. It's based on the DC character, the Sandman, that you're probably aware of. They gave that character over to an incredible writer, you've probably heard of him, Neil Gaiman, decades ago now. And he kind of just did his own thing with it. I don't think they realized that he was going to create something completely new and kind of different from the Sandman of the DC comics. And he creates this whole world where he's the guy who gives us dreams. He's the guy who allows all humanity and all sentient beings in the multiverse and the whole universe who lets them dream. And he's the custodian and caretaker and ruler of the land of dreams. And all the weird, crazy stuff that goes on in that world.
Wow.
Look at you. Jumping from Marvel to DC, DC to Marvel, you're all over the place. Now, you play Morpheus. What can you tell us about Morpheus?
So he's that guy. He's the guy that's in charge of the land of dream. He's not really, he is the ruler, but he's also just the caretaker a little bit. He's malevolent at times. He's generous at times. He's very separate and aloof at times. And he's kind of funny at times too.
Well, we got a clip. This is Morpheus meeting the devil himself, Lucifer, played by Michael Sheen. Let's listen to this.
Lucifer, where is she? What have you done to her? Where have you hidden her?
Hello, Dream. Take off that silly helmet and we'll talk.
I will not be tricked by you, Lucifer Morningstar.
Why, sweet Morpheus. Are you scared of me?
Yes.
I'm definitely having some nightmares tonight. How did it work? Did you guys record together? Did you record separately?
We recorded separately. Kind of by nature of the fact that it's radio, you can get away with that a bit easier. Or not radio, but audio drama. And also because of the pandemic, we were all doing it from our bedrooms and maybe various studios and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was all separate.
Wow.
Cool.
So James, I want to know what went into the creation of Morpheus's voice, and what did you want the voice to express? Because, like you said, it's audible, it's theater of the mind, it's like radio theater.
Yeah, no, look, I don't really see myself as Morpheus. I would never get cast as him, I think, on film or TV. But I can definitely, hopefully, anyway, do the voice. And what we wanted to do is we wanted him to be slow. We wanted him to really take his time because he had the confidence to do so. But we also needed him to be deeper and have a deeper kind of register than I've got, you know what I mean? So it'd be much deeper. And also, he's sort of royalty. He's regal. Yeah. So we gave him a kind of classical English kind of voice as well. I don't know why Scottish people can't be regal and royal, but apparently they can.
Right. That's right. You can. Yeah.
So James, you make a pretty cool transition because it's cool. You go from one dark end to another in this new film. You have another film out right now on Peacock that is garnering a lot of attention. It's a thriller called My Son, about a father investigating his son's disappearance. But what's crazy is about this film is that you were not given a script, a dialogue, or even told how the story would end. How challenging was that, and what did you say when you didn't get a script?
When I didn't have to sit down and read a script, I was like, I'm doing this film. Absolutely, I'm not kidding. It was, I don't know, we pay lots of money to go and have 15 minutes running around some abandoned warehouse being chased by zombies, trying to get out of an escape room, or maybe we've got one decision to make and there's like an actor helping us through it and stuff. That can cost $100. I got to do this for 2 weeks, just me, on my own, reacting, being in this, kind of like being in a game. It was just, I didn't have a clue what it was going to be about, but I was 100% certain when I heard the premise and the idea of the process that I was doing it. Didn't care if it turned out badly, didn't care if it turned out good. It was just an incredible opportunity to challenge myself and do something that I'd never done before. And like I say, something that I would do for entertainment in my spare time and pay money to do it.
So, James, real quick, you went from free balling to freestyling. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
He's like Rob Gronkowski. He's just winging it. He's like Robbie Gronkowski. Hey, James, thank you so much for joining us. You're such a great guest. We really appreciate your time. The Audible original series, The Sandman Act 2, premieres today, and you can see James's film, My Son, on NBC Universal streaming service Peacock. We'll be right back. Great guest. Great guest.